So, ladies and gentlemen, Poonam Kotecha, and all the best, Poonam.
Thank you
Let's
so
have a
much.
fantastic presentation.
Yes. So, can everybody see my screen?
Yes, we can.
This is an amazing technique. Jessica sir always tells us that, you should marry a technique. So this is one of the technique with, it is very close to my heart and it never goes wrong. You can say I've married this technique. It is 10th from Ketu. Okay. Here. So this technique says that whichever house falls 10th from Ketu, one of the major Karak Tattvas of that house will be destroyed. Some obstruction, some challenges will be there for sure. Of course, you have to see the planet, the drishtis to that house. Also, it needs to be considered. So this is my first. Okay, this chart is of businessman. We all know him. He's Anil Ambani. Now, in his chart, 10th from Lagna, his Ketu is in 4th house and 10th from it goes to Lagna. He has witnessed a major fall. We all have seen. Okay, although he had received equal amount of shareholding in Reliance Group, which his brother Mukesh Ambani. Okay, in fact, he was credited the India's largest IPO, if you all remember. That was of Reliance Power, which happened in 2008. It was oversubscribed in less than 60 seconds. The fastest in the history of Indian capital markets. So this was something which is amazing. But now when we see this, but later after making loss in all his companies, he did make a statement that his net worth was unimaginable fall that what he had experienced. It was, see, 10th from Ketu goes to Lagna. So overall, he saw a major downfall. He is called the fastest destroyers of shareholders' wealth in last 100 years. Let me take my second example. Now, this is of a famous Bollywood actor, Hrithik Roshan. Now, 10th from Ketu goes to the 5th house of children and its lord goes debilitated in the 3rd house. He had love marriage with Sudayan Khan and they had 2 sons. But after 13 years of marriage, they saw a divorce and the custody of the children, although they fought for the custody, but the custody was gone to his wife. So again, there was this major challenge happening in the 5th house, that is 10th from Ketu. Example 3. Now this is, now here 10th from Ketu goes to the 4th house, that is of mother and happiness, the basic peace in our life. Now if you see, the Lord goes in the Lagna with Gulika and Mandi. The native does not have a warm relationship with her mother since childhood. She wasn't very happy and pleasing. Their relationship was really tough. I have seen this. There was always a difference of opinion and each and everything. Her mother always thought that boys are more superior and girls are inferior. As she grew 18, she left her house for further studies and till date, she's never come back. She's never come back. They've been asking her to come back, but she is like, no, she gives 100 excuses, but man ud gaya hai uska. So again, 10th from Ketu, we see 4th house, that is mother. So a major thing has been challenged over here. 4th example. This native is a very famous Bollywood actress. We all know actress Malaika Arora. Now here you see 10th from 6th house goes to the 3rd house of siblings. Her younger sibling is Amrita Arora. She did around 20 movies, but only gave a series of flops. I don't remember if she's given even a single hit. I don't remember. So in all, her whole career was flop. and eventually she left Bollywood and settled down. The last example, 10th from Ketu is 11th house. The Lord goes and sits in the 12th house of hospitalization. Now, this native's elder sibling was diagnosed with cancer and expired at a very young age. So it is not that there is personal loss, but you will see some major loss. Do check in your chart. Let us summarize this whole technique again. The 10th house from Ketu often faces disruption in one of its key significations. Very important point. Now, this obstruction may manifest loss, confusion, delay in any area of your life. So, it is not necessary that there will be a major loss, but there can also be a delay. If some of you says, no, I didn't see any major loss, but no, there can be and there's a possibility of a delay. Planets placed in or respecting 10th house from Ketu influence the nature and the intensity. So, if you use this technique, you can do a precise and insightful astrological interpretation by using this dictum. Marry this technique. This is a very, as sir says, here his each and every technique is, if you practice on many charts, it is so in depth and it is so beautiful that you will be surprised, amazed. I can use all the possible adjectives for over here. So please, just don't miss out on these technique. They are very beautiful. So thank you. That was my presentation, 10th from Ketu. So any
Wonderful
questions?
presentation. Any questions?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Neetu. You'll have to. Okay. I'll unmute you. Yeah, wait. Yeah, you can speak now. We can't hear you. You're not
Can
on
you?
mute. Yeah.
No, no. Can you?
Yes,
Okay.
I can hear you.
Poonam ma'am, brilliant technique. While you were explaining, I already applied it on 3 charts that I had in my hand.
Hannah, it is
It
brilliant,
is
right?
working beautifully.
I know.
One thing that I observed is that in the 3 charts that I just saw, it is impacting the living signification rather than the non-living signification. So that's one observation. I do not know, 3 charts is a very short sample size
Yeah,
to say
yeah,
if that
yeah.
is true or not. But that's an observation. But brilliant, it's working in all 3. So thank you
It
so much for
will
sharing.
work. I'm telling you, it will work. See, Jesse sir has explained us the age of 30 for Rahu. That
Yes.
never goes wrong. In fact, all the techniques work for us. But this is what I've married to. So I know.
Yeah.
My favorite
This
technique.
brilliantly working, ma'am.
Thank you.
Maybe we can do some more findings like this
Of
whole
course, we
non-living
should do. We should do.
thing and
Yeah,
living
yeah.
thing. That's what I've observed now.
No, I will.
Thank
I
you.
will.
Thank
Thank you so much. Yeah, Nandin.
This is very good presentation and very easy
Thank you
technique
so
for
much.
beginners. In your experience, have you seen an activation age like Ketu is 48? Have you seen something like that working?
See, don't join any activation right now over here. Okay, definitely it will work. It will work. But first try and test it. When you see a chart, try and test whether 48 is working or whether any other age is working of Ketu. And then, but this is just first layer. Adding ages would come to second layer, then Nakshatra third layer, then the Lord's fourth layer. So there are a lot of layers to this. But right now, the 10th from Ketu is a very basic layer because we have a lot of ultra beginners. So let us stick to that only. But yeah, ages do work. Of course, they will work.
Thank you.
Yeah, Shikha.
Hello, Poonam. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Even I was trying on a few charts. So, I just want to know that this would be 10th from Ketu. Either it will give confusion or delay, or there'll be loss. So, loss of
Challenge is basically challenges
challenge.
will be seen. Easy word is
Sorry, challenge line?
challenges will be seen. That is the
हाँ,
easiest word I can say. फिर वो
okay.
आप डिक करो जितना डिक करोगे you will get more and more from it.
इसमें do we also have to see the zodiac and the
Of
planets
course, you have to
in
add the flavor. That is why if you've seen in the PPT, I've mentioned that the Lord is, going and sitting with Mandi and Gulika, or it is sitting in the 12th house. So the Lord and everything has to be seen. And also the
because
zodiac.
we don't know Mandi and Gulika as of
No,
now.
you will know
So
that is what right now you're an ultra beginner. So
hmm,
just take it just like this only. 10th from Ketu, check the house. Whoever is the person representing the house, see that right now. जैसे sir ने बोला,
okay.
make the list of the charts,
Hmm.
gather charts and start seeing this.
Hmm.
It's
Right.
very easy and very safe technique.
Okay, I'll try this today.
Yeah, you all should try and please send homeworks.
All right. Actually, where do we send homework? Because I just have this one number
We'll
which
share
is
the we'll
Will
share
be
the ID. It is homeworksaptarishis at gmail.com.
okay. Okay, madam. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Anuji. Yeah, Kali.
So
Yeah,
if
Krishna.
I can also say something, I have
Yes,
also
please.
tried this technique, Poonam. While you were sharing this technique, I quickly, my Jehora was open. So I also, the latest charts that I've got, I went through each and every one of them because while I had done this earlier, the new ones that I had got, I hadn't worked on them with this technique as yet. And what I found was that, like where the daughter and the mother don't talk to each other anymore and she's being called. So Ketu's significations, one of them is isolation. So
Exactly.
Ketu's significations of, of it being called like a scissor, it cuts away,
Right.
or it create losses, it will create isolation. They will come
Absolutely.
in play. So they manifest themselves in the 10th from Ketu. And I found it working beautifully in all the new charts that I have.
So I have lot of charts for this, but because we're
Yeah,
only supposed to share
yeah,
5, so I just thought
five.
this. I have
Yeah,
one more in which the Ketu is in Lagna. It is going, the 10th aspect is going on the career
yeah.
house.
Ah,
This native has changed so many careers.
ah.
Never been able to, behold of any
Because
one career.
also retrograde planets, and probably, the newcomers should note this down. Retrograde planets give multiplicity. The events will come in multiples.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Yeah.
again, any retrograde planet, and of course, Rahu and Ketu are always retrograde, they will give an events in multiples wherever they sit. So that is why
Right.
fantastic. You should have shared that chart. A 6 chart wouldn't matter so much, You should have, but fantastic.
Thank
Hi,
you so much.
Kali Krishna, unmute yourself. And superb presentation, Poonam.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Go
you.
enjoy
Yeah,
a fantastic lunch after this.
Yeah,
yeah. Can you once show the Hrithik Roshan's chart? Just
I
missed.
will. Just a minute.
You want to take the birth details? Go on Astro Data Bank, na Baba.
We have so many presentation. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Kali, you literally wanted the birth details.
Exactly.
Yes, madam. Actually, I
What
have a
is
chart
Astro
which has
Data Bank for?
no, no. Actually, I
I
have a
took
chart
the
which has
details
one
from
degree
Astro
Lagna.
Data Bank only.
Okay. No, I was doubt because Lagna is of 2 degrees. That's why I wanted to confirm.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah, thank you so much, Poonamji, for this
Thank you.
technique. I have checked at least on 7, 8 charts while you were
Wow,
presenting.
that's quick. That's quick.
Right. Just one confusion. There is a chart where it falls on, like 10th aspect falls on the 6th house.
Okay.
Just on one chart, I am not able to relate. Otherwise, on every other chart, it is working wonderfully.
So you have to check the sign. You have to check the zodiac sign. You have to see where the Lord is also going. Then, or 6th,
Okay.
बहुत सारे कारकास है ना. They don't, it is mother's cousins. That is mama's
Yes.
family. Okay, then there is colleagues. Then there is extramarital affair. Then there are a lot of
Right.
things.
No,
So
but
yeah,
the most, So I saw one chart like this right now, Poonam. That lady cannot keep a servant.
Exactly, yeah, servant, the most important thing.
Sixth
From
house.
six of
Yeah,
She
it is
is
all.
so
no servant sticks with her. She'd
कोई
have so
टिकता ही
much
नहीं है,
chit
कोई
chat with
टिकेगा ही
them.
नहीं.
No,
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
found this, and I just saw this chart. That's why I'm laughing. But I found it hilarious when I saw a chart and I was like, my God, it works beautifully. She's unable to
right.
keep servants. She does
Yeah,
not get along
exactly.
well with, she will not get along well with any people. So sixth house is the people who do service for you, not just servants. So even if you're working in an office, your juniors, you won't get along with your
okay.
juniors also.
Yeah.
So, and of course
If
it
we
is
sit with
job.
the Karakas, if we sit with the
Yeah,
Karakas, there is a list. There is a list. So,
Yeah, and
this
then
is very
you need to
fast.
know the Karakas.
Yeah, you need to know the Karakas और अभी तो टेक्निक मिली है आपको. Dig
right.
deep.
Yeah, I will do it because all the things you mentioned as of now as well, still not able to connect only on one chart, but working wonderfully on every other chart.
Poonam, while we ask questions, can you just share the technique wala page once again? Because Manjeet is not well. She has joined late. She just wants to know the technique once. So can you just share that page? Continue, Anoop, if you had anything else to add.
No. Thank you.
Okay.
Just
Nisha.
wanted to thank her for this
Manjeet,
technique.
you can take the technique from here.
Hello.
Nisha.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Nisha. Yeah, Nisha.
Yeah,
Listen.
hello, ma'am. So I
Yeah.
just I had one question. So this hit, what we say, the challenges is a lifelong challenge because it sits in, I was just looking at my chart because it affects the mother's house. My mom had a stroke twice. But what I wanted to know, because I have my sister's chart also, because it is common, mother is common, so the hit does not go for the others. I mean, the 10th house.
I'm not seeing personal charts over here. I am sorry, but we are restricted to answer on personal charts. See, this is a technique. You will have to dig little deep. You'll have to work on it. Check your sister's chart. Where is Ketu? Where is the 10th house going from there? And in your sister's chart, also 4th house would be afflicted. If your mother has seen 2 heart attacks, there would be some dasha, there would be something which has gone afflicted. That is why, of course, it will have some common thing. ऐसे हो ही नहीं सकता कि वो आपके अगर चार्ट में दिख रहा है, so it is definitely going to happen that she will also see the same thing.
So where
And
see
this
where
challenge will be a lifelong challenge, right?
so no,
Means,
so because Rahu and Ketu are karmic planets, so these are karmic challenges also in a way. All right. And in your case, it could be with your mother, but in her case, she could, she's born with some other karmic challenge. Always remember that.
okay.
Even in a family, everybody will have different karmic challenges.
Because I was just trying to relate. It was because I was just seeing the common link. So I shared that part. Because if all the three sisters, the mother was the common, I mean, where she was affected. So that is where I was seeing the connect.
Everybody has different karmas, right? Everybody has different karmas.
Absolutely.
So you cannot connect, that only point.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Somnaji.
Yeah, Poonam ma'am, thank you for sharing this technique.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
actually, Ruchi ma'am mentioned something, so I just wanted to ask that. She said that like retrograde planets and Rahu Ketu by default are retrograde, so they give this cut multiple times, right?
Right.
So is there a specific number as to how many times this cut will happen?
We know the number. We of course know the number.
You learn it.
Yeah, we won't tell you because we
No,
want
you
you to
learn it.
Okay, no, because
Yeah.
I'll say,
But just
and I
know
could,
that multiple events. You just know
okay,
multiple
because
events,
I
Expensive
had
but you
this,
numbers
learn it.
also
yeah,
hai.
Don't worry.
Specific. Sir
okay,
will give you the number also
sure.
in
Yeah,
the
because
course.
and what you guys were discussing just like 2 minutes back, which that 10th from like Ketu is in 10th, sorry, Ketu is in 8th, from there the 10th house is 6th house, right? And so just a personal observation, I had to change industries twice. My Ketu is in 8th, and job wise, things were going really well. It stopped. It has already happened twice in a gap of 10 years. And every time I had to start fresh
Yeah,
in a
from
new
scratch.
industry. So दो बार हो
So
चुका है.
Yeah.
because 10th is also the house of job.
Yes,
That is
yes. So in my
yeah.
case, it has been in the case of job.
Yeah.
I had to change the entire industry actually, not just changing companies. So you
Yeah.
understand why I'm worried and asking about the number. Twice it has already happened. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, Nisha ji. I think you've done, right?
Nisha has done.
Yeah.
Shikha.
Yes, I want to know the retrograde thing that you mentioned, ma'am. That because since like Ketu and Rahu are retrograde planets only, so it'll fall. You said the 10th space, the 10th position from Ketu.
No,
So
you
it
have
will
to take
be.
the straight way. Don't take the retro way. Take the straight way.
Acha. Okay, okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, Joylan. Um, see, you can just unmute yourself, no?
All right. Can you
Yeah.
hear me now? Thank you for
Yes.
the technique. I just want to know what if it falls on the 12th house, what can you expect?
12th house. So where would the 10th aspect go? You tell me.
No, it is going to the 12th house.
So loss, na, don't sleepless, loss, hospitalization, whatever are the karakas of the 12th house, that
Okay.
things will get damaged. Then it can be your father's family because it is father's mother.
All right. I see.
Okay, so you
Okay.
have to connect like that.
Yeah, I know all the others, but I'm not sure about the 12th house, what it holds
No,
like, you know,
you will learn the
with
karakas
relation.
in the ultra beginners course.
Oh, okay, right. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, the last question is by Manjeet, and then
That's
we'll
it.
move on to the next presentation, which is by
Yes,
Kathy.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My Ketu is in 12th sign and 11th house. And from
No personal
11th
chat,
house, it.
Manjeet.
No personal charts, Manjeet.
Sorry, no personal
Okay,
chat.
okay, 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 okay.
Yeah.
So, just for knowledge, I wanted to know, uh, as it is falls in 8th house, 10th
Mother-in-law,
place.
in-laws, mother-in-laws,
In-laws.
Yes.
Inheritance.
inheritance.
Our mother-in-law expired due to cancer. She was already suffering
Yes.
from cancer, breast cancer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So many
Yes.
things happen
Okay.
in
So now
in-laws
we
house.
have, thank you so much, Poonam.
Thank
Now
you. I'm
let's
glad.
bring,
And please practice this technique, please. I would insist
yes,
everybody.
it's a fantastic technique. Thank
Poonam
you,
ji,
Poonam.
really fantastic technique. It's working
Thank you
on
so much, Kathy.
Prashna also.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have just now checked that, but it's really working well.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Ruchi ji, go ahead.
Kathy, go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am.
So we have Kathy and her technique. Kathy, what is your technique today?
Malefics and the ma'am, why I can't? Okay, now I can share.
Ha.
It is visible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just make it full screen.
Yeah. Just a moment. I hope it is a full screen now. No,
No, it isn't full screen.
now.
No.
फिर क्या करें? छोटे में is it okay?
No,
Visible?
do one thing. Do one thing.
Yeah.
Bring your screen down and then just make the PPT full screen. First, make the PPT full screen. No, not this, not this, not this. Share your PPT, make it full screen first, and then share. Stop
Okay.
sharing. Stop
Yeah,
sharing.
stop sharing. Okay.
Stop sharing.
Hmm.
Make the PPT first full screen.
जी मैम. Okay.
Kathy, first make it full screen, then share.
Yeah, now it's visible, no?
It's visible. Yeah.
Yeah. Where are malefics? And there must be rin or debt from past life. So in this birth, we have to pay back those things. The technique. Technique is like all the planets, we have to check which are the malefics. Malefics, we can say Rahu, Ketu, Mandigulika, and Saturn. So these are the malefics, but Sun is, we can say, Krur Graha. It's not malefic, but it's Krur Graha, like father. Father always teaches us with, you know, a gussa, we can say, angry nature. So Sun so see where the malefic chart or there are rin or debt from past life. Person has to pay in this birth. This is the reason you are born to pay pending karma. There is past life debts in the reason you. This is the first example. I have taken this example, the real life persons. They have past life sessions. So I know their past life. So according to
Kathy, your screen shut down. Kathy? Yeah. Kathy, we can't hear you. You're mute. Unmute yourself.
now am I audible?
Now you're audible.
Okay.
Yeah, yes. Start.
Yeah. So now here we can see malefics, Mars and Mandi are in second house in Cancer sign. And third house has Rahu, Saturn with Jupiter. And here Jupiter is the Badhak because we have Gemini ascendant here. Second house person's voice is like horrible. Even I can say no one wants to listen the voice. And it's like horrible. There is no treatment of this for this voice even. So this is past life pending karma. She has done something in past life. She has not done actually, but she got died like hanged. Someone hanged her and she died. So due to that, she has this kind of voice. Mars and Mandi aspecting 8th house also. Person is in occult. He's pending karma towards occult also. Problem with in-laws, not just normal problem which everyone has. Husband has all kind of addiction, like including all kind of drugs and whatnot. Cancer is the sign of mother. She has to take care of mother to complete lifetime, even after marriage, even after kids also. So Leo is the sign of father. Native lost his father in childhood and all responsibilities are on her. So that's why she is taking care of her mother, from childhood. This is the second chart. Here, Saturn and Rahu in 11th house. Lord is Sun. In this chart, Sun is Karka of husband also. In 7th house, Sun sitting. So native is always doing seva of her husband like a nurse. And husband is always, behave like a king. And due to overweight, she has to do each and everything for her husband, like a servant, we can say, or nurse. It's a very good word I have used, but Yeah, like servant, she is doing everything for her husband. So this is a, big pending karma. No one can do this kind of seva, from, years and years. I really hats off to her, but these are, her pending karmas. Mars in the sixth house in mean. Mars, Mercury, and Venus are together, but we are taking malefics. And aspecting 12th house. 12th house, there is a six Rogran Ripu, we can say the sign. Person had an accident and got hurt in legs. After that, always she has problem in legs from knees to toe. Saturn and Rahu both are retro. Saturn and Rahu both are retro, and degrees also we can see. So retro planet we can take here also. In this chart, here Mandi Mars is Badhak because Leo ascendant, so Badhak is Aries. And aspecting fifth house, Mandi, Mars, and Venus, where Sun and Moon are already there. Sun and Moon are already there. Person has no own kids, no love life. Means person first love, his first wife died. Second wife had 1 or 2 miscarriages, and then they adopted a baby girl. And all these relations, first wife, second wife, the girl they adopted, everyone from from his past life, which we have, or malab, he knows his past life, he had past life sessions. So Rahu and Saturn are in second house. The person used to cook and feed the family most of the time, including in-laws, because he has only wife and baby in their family, but only complete family we can say with in-laws only. So he always cook for in-laws, wife never cook. So this is also pending karma to cook and feed someone like that. Saturn is Lord of sixth house. Saturn is Lord of sixth house, aspecting eighth house. Saturn is sitting here in second house and aspecting eighth house. Person is doctor and doing seva, because in last birth he took lot of seva from many people. So in this birth he is doing the seva. In this chart, here Rahu, Saturn, Sun, all are together in sixth house. Person has huge problem in job, like complete frustration. Person has to live away from family, always, and due to job, and he changed his job like 3 to 4 times due to politics in job, and he was like frustration was like he has to take some medicine because of the frustration and irritation and other things. So Mars and Moon are in the seventh house. Person has difficult married life. Difficult means no words, that much difficult married life. In this chart, Saturn and Mars are in seventh house. No marriage life. Divorced, like badly divorced. Rahu and Ketu are in 4 and 10 axis. So pending karma towards parents. The native is alone taking care of her parents. And in workplace also she has lots of problem. She has changed 2 to 3 times the complete industry of the work, like that. And it was ended like suddenly. And this is a chart of Sonia Gandhi. Saturn and Mandi are in Lagna. In Cancer sign, Saturn, Lord of the seventh house. Saturn is a Lord of the seventh house. She has lived her motherland country after marriage. We all know this thing. We all know her. Husband also died early. First and seventh house axis, we can see. Ketu is in fifth house. Ketu is in 5th house with Sun and Mercury. She had love marriage. That is also karmic. Obviously, I don't know their past life because I don't have their past life session. So Mercury is a prince. We all know that. And the Rahul Gandhi, no need to say anything. We all know this very well. And obviously, that is also past life pending karma, na? If we are, in her place, what we can think, I mean, we can feel, we can understand this, no need to say anything. Mars is in 6th house. The enemies in politics always are there. That also we know. How, enemies are there for the Gandhi family, and after her husband, how she is taking everything. And this is the chart of Sanjay Dutt. Saturn is in 2nd house. He has drug addiction. We all know this thing. Rahu Gulika is in Virgo, in the sign of Rogrin Ripu and court also. Okay, and he has multiple court cases, that also we know. Mars is in the 10th house, and it is Lagna Lord as well. So he is doing, bodybuilding and all this thing, good body he made, and good money also he has. But in career, up and down, always were there because of this, cases and different things he was involved, and jail and other things. Mandi is in 12th house with Jupiter, and which is dispositor of Ketu. 12th house sign Libra. Lord Venus is with Mars in 10th house here. Okay. So this is creating Bandhan Yoga. He went to the jail. We all know these things. So thank you very much. This was my little presentation.
Fantastic, Kathy. Excellent presentation. Very good presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any questions?
No questions. I'm happy. Oh, okay.
No, there are. Don't worry. Yes, Anirban. Unmute yourself, Anirban.
Okay. You used, I think, example 3, the D60 chart. Can you also share the Rashi chart for that? I think example 3, it was a D60 chart.
We can take D60 also, no problem.
That's fine, but I would like to, if maybe on
You
the
can
chat or
take
something.
you can take the
share.
birth detail. You can take the birth detail, but these
Okay.
are,
I saw the birth detail on that.
Yeah. Okay. But sometimes we, as sir taught us, we are using mostly D1, D9, and D60. Correct, ma'am?
Yes. So
all
everything
those-
that you can see from the D1 chart, you can see from the D60 chart, which is everything. Everything that you can see from D1, you can also see from D60. So all of us, we use D60 chart very widely.
Yeah.
Yes, Anu, unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, hello. This technique needs to, I need to give some time to work on charts, but I just wanted the first and second example. I was not able to take down the details. Just want those two example once again. First and second.
Bilkul.
Anup, these recordings will remain with you people.
Yeah,
you can
so
take it down from Thinkific now. Any presentation
Okay.
you miss or anything you miss, you can always go back to Thinkific and open the recording and see it.
Okay, I'll do
But
that.
if you
Just
have
one
a
more
doubt, you
question.
can ask. But yes, as you rightly said, this is a technique, which you need to work over. It's a very, very important technique. A very, even as a basic layman, you can work with this technique that you see wherever the malefics are placed, that some of the other issues will be there. But this is something you really need to work on, this technique.
Yes, ma'am, because
Not an
we
easy
need
technique.
to. Yes,
Ah,
previous one is the easy one. Is very easy to see. In a
direct
quick
technique.
glance, you will be able
Ah,
to find that. But for
yeah.
this, you need
This is
at least
a
2-3 minutes.
yes, this is a difficult technique, but it's a fantastic technique.
Yes,
Correct.
that I can
Fantastic
say.
means
And it
amazing. I saw
yeah,
it
and it
working
requires a
really.
lot of hard work. So
Yeah.
actually, you know, work on this technique and send us homework so that we know that you are working on it.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. The other question, like
Hmm.
when the other person asked the question, and you mentioned ki we can see it from D1, D9, and D60. So to see a D60 chart, we need to look it as same as the D1, like all the rules would be same, or there
Yeah,
should be some other consideration,
no, same.
or everything is same, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Ji, Shikha ji.
Thank you so much, Kathy. Wonderful presentation. And I, in fact, found this one easier, maybe because I cross-checked with a few charts and it completely matches. Like I'll tell you this one. So this person has Mars in the 4th house and has issues with her mom. As in issues, matlab, obviously mom hai to, you know, there's this liking, but then when they are together, they will not get along. कुछ ना कुछ तो एकदम
होगा
ही
ही
अलग जाएगा.
धमाका होगा हाँ
Problem with father-in-law, because I think 4th house is father-in-law as well. So problem with father-in-law also. Then apparently Shani Rahu in the 12th house. So sleepless nights, doesn't get good sleep, dreams, vivid dreams all the time.
Rahu is there yeah
Always there. Ketu is obviously falls in the 6th house.
Sixth
So
house.
this person was brought up in her mamu's place.
Mama's house
Like
is 6th house
Mama's
yeah.
house, yes. Because twin brother है साथ में. So the mama offered कि इसको मैं ले जाता हूँ. 2 बेटियों के बाद ये बेटी हुई है with the twin brother, like the twin boy. So you keep the boy, I'll take the girl because this was the 3rd girl, and I'll take her and इसको मैं पाल लूंगा. So this girl was brought up to मतलब बहुत पूरे टाइम तक नहीं, but to a certain age at the mama's place. So ये तो मेरे लिए
How
बहुत easy था.
beautiful
So
yeah how beautiful
firstly,
na?
let me correct you on one thing, Shika. 4th house is not father-in-law, it is the 5th house which is the father-in-law.
5th house is father-in-law? Okay.
Father's father, 9th from 9th.
Father's
Father-in-law ma'am
Father's father.
father-in-law. No, not
जी
the grand.
नहीं क्या
No, father's father will be the 5th from
ma'am not grandfather father-in-law
Not grandfather. Father-in-law, ma'am.
ससुर जी
Sasur.
I understood, but when you see it that way, see, you take okay, take it that way, fine, no problem.
I think
Mother-in-law's
10th.
husband, we can take the nine.
Take it. You can take it as the wife of the husband of the mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that ways. Then there's another one who has Ketu in the 4th house, doesn't get along with mother. Whenever he'll visit his homeland, लड़ाई तो पक्की होगी घर में.
Yeah,
In
धमाका
the
होना ही
house
होना है.
with the
Mars is-
mother. And
Correct.
when mother also visits him, then also he'll have a fight with her. Then obviously Rahu in the 10th house, because Ketu is in the 4th, so Rahu is in the 10th house along with Mars. So there has been not an early settlement or a stable work. So वहाँ पे कुछ ना कुछ चलता रहेगा. Then this person also has Shani in the 11th house, so where apparently we see that the friends use him more.
Okay.
He will be available when they
Cheat
need
होता
him.
रहता है.
But
Cheat होता
when
रहता है.
they need him, हाँ, तो वो cheating थोड़ा सा रहता है. So these two तो were clearly when you were talking, like
Wow.
आप जब बता रहे थे तो.
But Ruchi ma'am, that twins wala, that's really good. No? One
That's
brother
a very
is
amazing,
there.
very
Yeah.
amazing technique.
Yeah, and the second one, because of this combination, she
Yeah.
brought up to Mama's house.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nikita, you have a question.
Yeah, hi. I wanted to ask that we only see this malefic planets or the Rashi, whose Rashi Lord they are, we have to see that house also, or only the malefic planets, or it's combination of all?
Common astrology we have to use, but mainly the technique is malefic planets. Then we have to see the, the dispositor also, where
Okay.
goes and sits. Yeah, common astrology always we are using in each and every technique.
Okay. Secondly, the previous example about the twin, can you please repeat? It was a little interesting, but I lost the connection. If
It
you can
will
give
be
the
there
example.
on Thinkific
Oh,
in the
sorry.
recording. Let's not waste time. And if there are no other questions, then thank you so much, Khyati.
Thank
Let's
you,
move
ma'am.
on to our third presenter for today, Rajat. Rajat Bharadwaj, come. Where are you? Rajat. Ha.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know why today I'm facing problem with microphone. Okay. So, can you see screen? Hello.
Hi, Rajat. Yes, we can. Start.
So, today good afternoon, everyone. Today I'll be sharing one of the search techniques which Sir taught us in the Sarp Dosha class, and it is uh, doshas via nakshatra law. Dosha via Rahu Ketu nakshatra law. So, in this simple technique, you will be able to figure out problems that one will face in his life, and you will be able to predict that particular event. So, if we move to the technique, so we have to see the first step. What it is we have to note down the houses where the Rahu and Ketu are sitting, and along with that, we have to see the nakshatra lord of Rahu Ketu, where it is sitting and which houses they own. So we have to see this nakshatra lord both owning and sitting place of these nakshatra lord. So problem in the life depending upon the severity of the Rahu Ketu. So basically, what we have to see firstly where what are the nakshatra lord of Rahu and Ketu, and what houses they own. They will define the events, or they will show a particular event that where the native, or where that thing native is facing problem in his life. And if you want to make it more complex, you can see it with different lagnas, you can see it with moon and other things. So if you go and we check it out, we see this. There's the first chart. In this, we can see that Rahu, which is in the 10th house, is in the Moon's nakshatra, and Ketu, which is in the Saturn nakshatra. So what we can see that Moon is in the second house, has 8th lordship. If we see Rahu, which is in the 10th house, and uh, it is uh, it is the 10th house, and the nakshatra of Moon is in the second house, and it has the 8th lordship. If you see that Cancer sign it is in the 8th house. So we see there the native faces major transformation in job and career, and he is depressed and faced litigations in his career. Also, if you see from Arud Lagna, Moon is in the 6th house of profession. If you see from Arud Lagna, if you see from Arud Lagna, this Moon, it is in the 6th house of profession and service. And also, and now we see from for the Saturn and the Ketu, which is in the 4th house, and it is in the Saturn's nakshatra, and the Saturn, it is in the Lagna. So Saturn has second and third lordship. So we can see that Saturn being 12th from second house. So this native faced problems, and he also faced a period when this native was surviving without income, because some litigations he faced in the service due to some colleagues under him did some smuggling or illegal uh, timber smuggling. So this is the first chart, and let's move to the second one. And now we see that Rahu, which is in the 10th house, and it is in the nakshatra of Saturn, and Ketu, which is in the 4th house in the Sun's nakshatra. So what we see that Sun is in Leo, which is in the 11th house, and Saturn is in the 12th house, has 4th and 5th lordship. If you see that Saturn, which is in the 12th house, has the 4th and 5th lordship, and this Ketu, which is in the uh, 4th house, has lordship. Sun is in the 11th house, which is in the Sun's nakshatra, as Ketu is in Sun nakshatra. So what we see? We see that Saturn is the 4th lord of homeland and 5th lord of children's, and the 12th house of law. So natives staying away from the homeland, first thing, not having kids after 10 year of marriage. So native doesn't have children yet. And along with that, Saturn is aspecting 6th house naturally in the Virgo sign, and he also have a fluctuating job. And now we see that from Arud Lagna, the Sun is in the 2nd house of speech. If you see this, this is this Arud Lagna here, and it is the Ketu's nakshatra lord, which is Sun. It is in the 2nd house from Arud Lagna. So we can see that 2nd house is speech, family, income. So he has problem in income and in family, in his family. So native also lacks in authority and leadership qualities. So this is my third chart. So what we see over here is that Rahu is in Mars nakshatra, and we see that Rahu, which is in the 11th house, and it is in the Mars nakshatra, and Mars is it is in 7th house, and having the lordship of 9th and 4th house, and along with that Ketu it is in the 5th house, and it is in the Ketu nakshatra itself. And what we see that Mars is in the 7th house, and fourth and ninth house to be its lordship, and Ketu it is in the 5th house and has 4th lord to be co-lordship. As we know that Scorpio co-lord is Ketu. So what we say is that native lives in a small house, or problems he faced in his education, and father is addicted to alcohol also. Also, father had issues with inheritance. So fourth related, land related problem, something related to that. Son is over also there. Son is also the karka of father. We can see that, and also we see that Mars. If you see Mars aspect 10th house of profession also over there. So 10th house is also afflicted. So Mars aspect 10th house of profession, father's income and family, and the wealth is destroyed. So father's profession, this native profession, and father's wealth is destroyed. And also we can see that Ketu lordship in the 4th house of mother, home, property. So they have been cheated by father's relatives related to the this particular property related, as it is from if you see from father, it is the 8th house of property of father, inheritance. So this the father is cheated of that. And let's come to the next chart. and we see there is that Rahu is in the Sun's nakshatra and Ketu is in the Saturn nakshatra, and Sun is in the second house and has 10th lordship, and Saturn in the third house and has third and fourth lordship. If you see that Sun, which is in the second house and it is having of the 10th lordship, so we can see that native stays uh, abroad from family for work. As also we can see that 12th lord of foreign, which is Venus, is in the second house also. So second house in 12th house, Venus in the second house of with Sun, and also 10th lord of profession in the second house of income. So also we can see that second house having the speech related thing, and we can see that something related to speech. Along with that, we can see other thing also, that this particular native Badak, which is moon, is over there. So something related to that, speech related, he stay away from his home. And also we can see that native parents, if we see the Ketu's nakshatra, fourth house, Saturn nakshatra, and Saturn, it is in the third house and having third and fourth lordship. So native parent faces health issues. 12th from the fourth house, especially mother faces various problems related to health. And Saturn with Rahu also over there. It is the 12th from the fourth house. If you see this fourth house of mother, and it is in the 12th from this house, so hospitalization, some diseases, some problem to mother. And Saturn aspect the ninth house of legal wife. Native is still unmarried, and native is still unmarried, something related to that. And it is ninth house is also the legality of marriage or marriage. And let's move to the next chart. What we see here is that Rahu, it is in the Mars nakshatra, and Ketu in own nakshatra. So that Ketu, it is in Ketu's nakshatra itself. So what we see that Mars is in the ninth house, having third and 10th lordship, whereas Ketu in the third house having 10th lordship, co-lord of Scorpio, which is in the third house. And what we see from here is the third house become the father's business, as it is the seventh from ninth house, and 10th father's income, and native father faced major losses in business, being cheated by partners also, and they led to downfall of this native father. So native father faced major troubles in his business. And from Arud Lagna, we see the fifth house, the native faces problem in education, expression, and concern for fathers, something related to loan also. And also from moon ascendant, ninth house became the fourth house. Property related issues can be seen. So this was my chart. Thanks. And if I want to share the technique again, which is this, that what we have to see that what are the Rahu Ketus, where are the Rahu Ketus sitting, and we have to see the nakshatra of Rahu Ketu, where it is sitting and which houses they own. So both owning and where it is sitting will create problems to native in his life. So that's all. Ma'am?
Yeah, Rajat, why don't you see what questions there are?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you please explain how to calculate the Arudha Lagna?
So where it is Arud, AL is it is written. You can see from there.
Jagannath Hora comes with a preset Arudha Lagna.
See, if you open your Jehora, you can see where AL it is written. So where AL it is written, that particular house will show that is Arud Lagna. And definitely there are calculations for Arud Lagna, but right now the technique is this: where are the Rahu Ketu Nakshatra Lord is sitting. Although we can figure out how to figure out the Arud Lagna.
So if you see in this example, in the 5th house, it says AL.
Right,
So
right.
so the 5th house is the Arudha Lagna. All right. It already comes preset. The only thing you have to do is right click on the chart. When the box opens up for it, go on choose a view, which is the third last, which bodies to show. All right.
Okay.
Choose standard view and then optional bodies to show. In this, the third one is Arudha Lagna. You can click on it and it will also show Arudha Lagna along with the rest of the planets. Okay.
Right, right.
And again, you can see the lords for the nakshatra. For example, Rahu is in Purva Bhadrapad and Ketu is in Purva Falguni. Just go on KP at the bottom where you see key info, houses, Amsha rulers and KP. Go on KP, check Rahu Ketu over here. Rahu is in Jupiter nakshatra. The nakshatra lord for Rahu is Jupiter and for Ketu it is Venus. Okay. Any other questions for Rajat? All right. Thank you so much, Rajat. Very, very informative and an excellent presentation. Definitely, I'm sure they've learned a lot with it. And yes, this is a very important technique. Also, it becomes extremely important when someone comes to you and you cast a Prashna. So this technique, I have found it working particularly well in Prashna charts because it immediately tells you where the issues and where the problems will lie, what is creating the, what is creating the problem. So it's excellent to use in the Prashna chart. All right, so now it's my presentation and mine is the last presentation for today. Can you all see my screen? Rajat, can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So my technique is Jupiter and the 33rd year of activation. This is from our Ultra Beginners course. And if it has not been taught, it will be taught. So it is Jupiter and the 33rd year of activation. So wherever Jupiter sits, it's a very simple technique. Wherever Jupiter sits, it will activate in the 33rd year. The signs, it is the lord of which is Sagittarius and Pisces. So wherever Sagittarius and Pisces sit, those houses get activated, and whichever house Jupiter aspects becomes activated. Okay, now see, Jupiter is the Karaka of knowledge, of happiness, of children, marriage, expansion, wisdom, dharma, higher learning, religiousness, reputation, honor, and this is just to name a few, wealth, etc. So Jupiter is also the Karaka for wealth. All right. And this is just to name some significations for all of you. So an event happening to one of the Karakas of Jupiter will happen wherever Jupiter is sitting, whichever house it is aspecting. Along with that, of course, you have to take the significations of the houses getting aspected, or the houses where Pisces and Sagittarius sit. So here is the dictum. The dictum states that Jupiter, wherever it may sit in your natal or in your Prashna chart, whichever houses it has lordship of, again, wherever that is Sagittarius and Pisces sit, whichever house it aspects will get activated in the 33rd year, giving an event for those houses. An event or multiple events will happen for those houses in the 33rd year. Now, this is a fantastic technique by which you can, quickly just ask that did this happen for you in the 33rd year. So what do you do? So the technique is, you see where, the first thing you'll do is you'll see where Jupiter is sitting in your chart. Second thing you'll do is you'll see where Pisces and Sagittarius are again in the natal or Prashna chart, whichever chart you are seeing. Also, now you will see which houses does Jupiter aspect. You will take the 5th, 7th and 9th aspect of Jupiter. So you will see which are the houses Jupiter is aspecting. Events will transpire for those houses in the 33rd year. Now, this is just an example that I have taken. Okay. So for, just for example, if Jupiter is sitting in the 6th house, and here I have taken the Naisargic Kundli because it is always easier to explain on the Naisargic Kundli. So 1 in the ascendant or in the Lagna means that it is a Aries Lagna Kundali. Okay. So obviously the 9th house is Sagittarius and the 12th house is Pisces. So these are the two houses along with the 6th house which get activated. Along with that, where the 5th aspect of Jupiter is falling, which is the 10th house, that gets activated. The 7th house, which is the 12th house, that of course we've already said because of Pisces, it's getting activated. And then where the 9th aspect falls, which is the 2nd house. So the houses getting activated in this technique would be where Jupiter is sitting, where Sagittarius and Pisces are, and where the 5th, 7th and 9th aspect falls. So let's start with our examples. Example 1 is Sachin Tendulkar. Tendulkar is April 24, 1973 born. So for him, April 24, 2005 to April 23rd, one day before, always remember, 2006. That is the year which gets activated in the 33rd year. All right. Just give me a minute, guys. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so here we have Jupiter is sitting in the 7th house with Mars. Mars, which is the 10th lord of career and the 5th lord of hobby. Now, a very interesting thing to note in sports people is that, when someone is playing sports professionally, whether it is in their D1 chart or in their D60 chart, you'll find the 5th house, the 3rd house, the 6th house, or the 10th house has to be involved in the career. Okay. The 5th, the 3rd, and the 10th or the 6th, because 6th and 10th are houses of job or profession. The 5th house, because, sports, it starts as a hobby, but to play it professionally, the 5th house, the 10th house has to be involved. Also the 3rd house, because 3rd house is the house of your hands. It is the house of action. And how do you play cricket? At least you play it with your hands, right? So that to play any otherwise, even if it is, for example, basketball, you will dribble the ball with your hands. So golf, again, you are putting the ball with your, the stick with your hand. So you would have the 5th, the 10th and the 3rd house, and also either or the 6th house. Between the 10th and the 6th, one of them definitely has to be activated. Okay, so in Sachin Tendulkar's case, Mars is the 10th lord, and Mars is the 5th lord of hobby, one of which is sports. Jupiter is the lord of the 6th house. Sagittarius is placed over there, and also the lord of the 9th house, where Pisces is. Now, the 9th house is the house of Bhagya, and the 6th house is the house of competition. So, ultimately, when they are playing any of these trophy matches, those are all competition games that they are playing, which is why these two houses got activated in the 33rd year. Jupiter aspects the 11th house of income, investments, and gains. It also aspects the Lagna and the 3rd house of action, efforts, shoulders, hands, etc. In 2005, on 10th December, at the Firozshah Kotla grounds, Tendulkar, which is in Delhi, Tendulkar scored his record-breaking 35th Test century against Sri Lanka and became the man of the match with the most Test hundreds in the world. Now, the first thing to see is that Jupiter is sitting in the 7th house of Padaprapti, or the attainment of a position. So in the 33rd year, we know the 7th house is also getting activated with Jupiter sitting over there. So he will attain some position. He's going to, he's going to get awarded some title, which will give you the attainment of position. So it's either like a promotion and, your designation changes, or in sports, you would say that he gets a title. So here he got the man with the most Test hundreds in the world. That was his attainment of position in the 33rd year. Then in March, April, actually after this match, he had to undergo a shoulder operation because of injury to his shoulder. And in 2006, so just continue seeing that now our events were for after April 2005 until April 2006. In 2006, Tendulkar's marketing rights were sold to Saatchi and Saatchi through a 3-year 1.8 billion contract. So and this is in rupees. So very, very, very large sum of amount. So if you see the 11th house of income getting activated, of course, the money then goes into investments, and, it is the house of gains also. So the 11th house getting activated gave him the 1.8 billion contract. Then the 3rd house and the Lagna, because Lagna is your body. So the 3rd house and the Lagna, both of them getting activated, gave him the shoulder operation. All right. And then, of course, 9th house of Bhagya was his ability to be able to become the man with the most Test hundreds in the world, because hard work, definitely, but also some luck involved in it. Okay. Then our next example is of Mahendra Singh Dhoni, again the cricketer. So in his chart, Jupiter is sitting with Saturn in the sign of Virgo, which is again competitions. If you see in the 4th house, 4th house of peace of mind, happiness, your private life. It is the uh, uh, so now Jupiter is the 7th lord and the 10th lord. All right. Jupiter, guys, you just have to excuse me. There seems to be some issue with my laptop. Just give me a minute, guys. This has not changed. Just give me a minute. Where did my Zoom go? Yeah, sorry. I have my problem. My laptop is so heavy with, my laptop is very heavy with too many folders and charts and all. Yeah, so Jupiter is, in his case, sitting in the fourth house with Saturn. Saturn over here now is the eighth and the ninth lord. Jupiter is the seventh and the 10th lord of career and public recognition. Now, Jupiter aspects the 8th house, the 10th house, and the 12th house by its 5th, 7th, and 9th aspect. So again, the 8th house of transformation, sudden loss, gains, and injury also will come under the 8th house, 10th house of career and public recognition. And again, the 12th house of, hospitalization, doctor visits, and losses. So India toured West Indies with a tri-nation tournament against the host, Sri Lanka. So West Indies and Sri Lanka and India. That was the tri-nation tournament. Dhoni got injured right at the start of the tournament, which ruled him out for most of the tournament. He returned to play the final, where he was judged the man of the match. Now, over here, the first thing to see is that that if you see of injury, the 8th house getting involved. So he starts playing and he gets injured right at the beginning of the tournament, and for the rest of the tournament he is unable to play, which becomes a loss in his case, a sudden loss, because so here the 8th and the 12th house both get activated, a sudden loss, because obviously he didn't know he was going to get injured. He returns to play the final, where he was judged man of the match. So now again the 7th house of Pad Prapti getting activated. In November 2013, Dhoni became the second India batsman after Sachin Tendulkar to aggregate more than 1,000 runs in ODIs or one-day series against Australia. Okay, then Dhoni also led India in the 2014 ICC World 2020, where India finished as a runners-up after losing to Sri Lanka in the final. He was named the captain and wicketkeeper of the team of the tournament by the ICC. So he did become their team did become the team of the tournament, and he was named as the captain and the wicketkeeper for Team India. All right. So in his case, if you see, on one hand were losses, yet on the other hand, there were gains also. Now, in our third example, we have Jupiter placed in the 6th house. He is also a cricketer who has played Ranji Trophy level, and he has played for the, for counties in England. So at one point of time, of course, he has also played, I'm not sure about it, but I think he's also played Team India. Now, retrograde Jupiter in his case is sitting in the 6th house of competition and the spinal cord. So now one more signification you get for the 6th house is your back or the spinal cord. In 2000, the native was playing cricket for the English county. He had a major back problem. So now let's see in his chart which are the houses getting activated. So Jupiter is in the 6th house. Sagittarius is in the 10th house of career, and Pisces is in Lagna, which is your body. So his career gets activated, his body gets activated. So now we know these two things. Then Jupiter is aspecting again the 10th house of career, the 12th house of hospitalization, doctor visits, and losses, and the 2nd house of family. So what events transpired in this 1 year for him, which was from February 9, 2000 to February 8, 2001. While playing in England for the English county, and he had a contract with them, he developed a major back problem. He had to terminate his contract midway in England, and he had to come back to India. Now, his wife had gone with him for the series. So, of course, they both had to come back. he was bedridden for nearly a month and a half. Now, again, here you see the 12th house getting activated because 12th house is the bed, all right, is where you sleep. So he was bedridden for nearly a month and a half. Also, he and his wife were having major fights, which is where the second house gets involved. And they were nearly separated, but within that year she conceived and they remained together. So that was the first child they had, that she conceived, and then they remained together. Okay, again in the next chart, Jupiter is in the 6th house, an exalted but retrograde Jupiter. Again, Sagittarius is in the 11th house, and Pisces is in the 2nd house of family. Sagittarius is in the 11th house of wish fulfillment and income, investments, etc., etc. And then Jupiter is aspecting again the 10th house of mother-in-law over here, the 12th house of hospitalization, and the 2nd house of family. So exalted retrograde Jupiter also sitting in the 6th house, like I said, of diseases, pets, and so on. So yet another signification of the 6th house, which is pets. Jupiter, I've already said all this, Lord of 11th house of income, investments, gains, wish fulfillment, elder sibling, 2nd house of food, speech, family, wealth, etc. Then the native in 1999 got a pair of tortoises as a pet, small tortoises as a pet for her children, but because they were endangered, protected species, the family decided to put them in the Yamuna River and, to let them out naturally and not keep them in the house caged. Then one of the natives' elder sibling, now here is where the 11th house gets activated, had a hysterectomy operation. If you see over here, 12th from the 11th house is getting activated. It's Lord Mars sitting in the 8th house. So the house getting activated, the 10th house of career, is actually 12th from the 11th house of elder sibling, making it the, for the elder sibling, making it hospitalization. Then the other sibling that the native had, she built her own house. So now again, so the native is the youngest, two elder sisters. So now again, if you choose the 11th house as for the other elder sibling also, 4th from it becomes the 2nd house, which is the house which was also getting activated. So in this case, the 10th house, the 11th house, the 12th house, and the 2nd house getting activated. In our 5th example, we have Jupiter with Venus in Lagna. Venus, which is the 5th and 10th lord, and Jupiter is over here, the 12th and the 3rd lord, with Sagittarius in the 12th house and Pisces in the 3rd house. Jupiter aspects the 5th house, the 7th house, and the 9th house. Jupiter, so the 5th house of children, the 7th house of marriage and business, and the 9th house of dharma, bhagya, and father, whatever, higher education, all those significations. The native's younger brother, so which is the 3rd house over here. So we see the elder sibling from the 11th house. We see the younger sibling from the 3rd house, though we see all siblings from the 3rd house. But over here, the native has a younger brother. So the native's younger brother got married in the year 2000. So she's December 29 born, which means, it was the year 2005, 2006, which means there's literally just 2 or 3 days left in 2005. So which makes it that the entire 2006 year is activated for her. So then her younger brother got married in the year 2000 from the third house. The ninth house is seventh, the house that is getting activated. So the third house is activated, and the third from it, which is the the seventh from it, which is the ninth house, is getting activated. So his marriage happens. The native also started her own business. Now, if you see over here, both Venus and Jupiter are aspecting the seventh house of business. So she started her own business of selling lady suit material from her house itself. So here you have Cancer in the seventh house. That is one. And of course, we have Venus, which is aspecting the seventh house of business, which gives the lady suit material. Now, another thing that happened was that the native's husband had an affair, and the native and the spouse got into a massive, the seventh house of spouse and the 12th house getting activated. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 12th house is sixth from the seventh house, making it, it gives you the aspects of fights. So these two getting involved is the fights getting activated with the spouse. So the two of them had a number of fights, where of course after that the affair ended. Now this is a very, very, very interesting chart, because along with this chart, which is the this is the natal chart, an event occurred for this native, for which I also casted the Prashna. And you have to see how beautifully both the Prashna chart and the natal chart tie up. So here we have Jupiter sitting in the second house of food, family, speech, wealth, jewelry. Jupiter is the fifth lord of Purva Punya, hobbies and emotions. It's also the eighth lord of transformation. So you can expect that, now the first thing to notice, which I should have actually told you people earlier, is where Jupiter is sitting and, an aspect is also falling, the seventh aspect, you will always find that because of it being the house lord, and also because of the aspect that that house will have a very big role to play in the 33rd year. So here we have a transformation will take place for this native. Jupiter aspects the sixth house of job, profession. It aspects the eighth house of transformation and the 10th house of profession. The native is a lawyer by profession, but also he has a family-run jewelry business, also a brand which they've now built into a brand. So he has a jewelry business, along with his education is of being a lawyer. In the 33rd year, the native bought a cloud kitchen. So cloud kitchens have, of course, become extremely popular now. And the cloud kitchen concept is that these are kitchens, the restaurants don't cook the food themselves. They outsource to a cloud kitchen, and the cloud kitchen will then supply the food. They'll cook the entire food and they will supply to the restaurants. So here we have online delivery actually on Zomato, and two of them, not even just one. So two of them, this cloud kitchen is supplying to. So in a way, he owns those two, whatever you would call them, online restaurants or whatever you would call them, because they are only available on Zomato, Swiggy, etc. They are not places you can go and sit and eat at. Now, dispositor of Jupiter, Mercury, is also sitting in the 10th house along with Moon, Sun, and Ketu. Moon is nurturing. They also get aspect. So now Moon and Sun. So Mercury, Moon, and Sun get aspect from Rahu in the 10th house, just showing a different caste. Now, in this case, if you see the second house of food getting activated, the sixth house of daily activity. What is the daily activity here? That is cooking. It is a daily activity. So another signification for the sixth house is, just doing your daily activities, whatever you go around doing. And the 10th house. So second, sixth, and 10th getting activated. In his case, in the 33rd year, he bought a cloud kitchen, which of course supplies to the online platform or whatever. All right. In this, for the same native, the day I got to know and he told me that he bought them, I casted a Prashna for him at the exact time that I came to know, because it came on WhatsApp and the time is there. So like I said, he is born on 21st May 1993, and 33rd year for him is this year, the current year, May 21, 2025 to May 20th, 2026. So for him, it falls on May 21st to May 20th, 2026. Within 2 months of entering his 33rd year in July, he bought a cloud kitchen. So if you see the date over here on 8 July, I've come to know, he sent me a message saying, Auntie, I've bought a cloud kitchen. All right. He bought the cloud kitchen, which supplies to these two restaurants. Now, the native himself is a pure vegetarian Jat who does not eat non-veg at all. But the cloud kitchen that he bought makes Bengali food and, of course, veg and non-veg both. Now here, if you see Rahu in the Prashna chart, Rahu is in the second house. Rahu, of course, gives you the different caste, which, because he's a North Indian Jat, so Bengali for him would become different. But also if you see that Rahu gives him food which would include non-vegetarian food also, fast food, non-vegetarian food, that would come under Rahu. So again, if you see the combination of sixth house, because he has Jupiter sitting in the sixth house, the second house and the 10th house getting activated again, these three houses getting activated again gives the profession of restaurant. So this was something which was extremely interesting for me to note, that second house, sixth house and the 10th house together would give you a restaurant, just like third house, fifth house and 10th house would give you a sports person. So, different houses involved for different professions makes it extremely interesting. So that is all in my case. Do you have any questions?
Amazing presentation, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So this is our last presentation and we will end now. If there are no questions, we can end for the day. In the chat box, if you see, I have shared the the presentations that are going to happen in the master series. If anybody wants to take a look at what all will we be doing in the 1 minute. I think I shared it in the wrong place. Yeah, I did. I can, I can actually share it with you on screen. Okay, Nikita, you have a question, yeah. Unmute yourself, please. Somnath, you have a question you want to ask?
Hello, ma'am.
Oh,
Ma'am, in this last example of restaurant business,
yeah,
the combination is at 2, 6, and 10. Shouldn't business be also connected with 7th house?
So, definitely business should be connected with the seventh house also. But over here, 2 is food, sixth house is the daily activity, cooking food is a daily activity. And 10th house is the career that you do, sixth house is also the job that you do. All right.
Yeah.
So, giving a combination of 2, 6, and 10 would give you running the restaurant. That has been my observation.
And so we have not, like, you have not observed 7th house involved, or 2, 7, 10 can
No, I
also.
haven't. No,
Okay. Okay.
no, I
Okay.
haven't observed 7th house. I have observed 10th house.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Somnath.
Ma'am, I just want to ask a question related to the courses, but not related to your technique. So once the recording is stopped, I'll ask in the end.
Somnath, you'll have to repeat again. My network is a little नहीं हाँ give me a minute. हाँ, give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm having some network issues. Yeah, now unmute yourself.
Ma'am, I was just saying that before you end the session, I just have a question regarding course.
Yeah.
So once the recording is stopped, I'll ask you before you end the session.
What is the question?
No, my end with network. Okay. Okay. Anup. All right. Anup, what is your question? Sir, I'm having some network issues.
Right.